Captain Steve, Jim Hunter, David Fine is here from the Heartlanders.
Yeah, the hockey team is back after a road trip.
7 games. That feels like the story of our lives this year. Is we're home for 2 weeks and then they put us on the road for 2 or 3 weeks. With daylight savings time, the team bus got in probably around 7 o'clock yesterday morning with the time change.
Ouch.
So guys probably got their rest as best as they could yesterday. I know there's a bunch of roster moves coming for the team as well. It's the end of college seasons. So when the NCAA seasons end, we try to get people here to start their pro careers, which I know there's a few of those coming over the next few days and weeks, hopefully.
Like
and
the portal.
Yeah, it is like the portal, except without the NIL and with the actual money. Anyway, so there's 12 of the final 15 games of the regular season are at home, which is awesome. I mean, basically all the nonsense I just complained about the long road trips is done. 12 of the final 15 at home, starting this week against a rival, the Wheeling Nailers, which is great.
And you've got a promotion with Big Brothers Big Sisters Wednesday, right?
Yeah, that's right. On Wednesday for Big Brothers Big Sisters, 6:35 game. On Friday we're home again at 6:35, and then Saturday at 6:05. And Saturday is one of our big promotional games as well, just like you mentioned, Wednesday with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. But on Saturday, because it's the day before St. Patrick's Day, we're calling it St. Hatrick's Day. We have special green jerseys, like St. Patrick's Day jerseys. A bobblehead giveaway. Let's not forget about that.
Oh, nice.
Did you see? I got it. I mean, we published that this happened. So we open up the bobbleheads. It's of our mascot Dash, and you can find this video online. So I'm not like saying anything out of turn. And we ordered these from China, and there was a manufacturing error. It doesn't say "Luck of the Heartlanders." The two of the letters are switched around. The L and the T. It looks like "Luck of the Heartlanders," and you couldn't make this up. We opened up, 3 or 4 of them, and we're like, "Oh my god!" And we realized that. There is an actual manufacturing error on these, so we're playing right into it. We're the Heartlanders on Saturday. We're not the Heartlanders. Let's have some fun. We can't do anything about it, It's a manufacturing error. Luck of the Heartlanders to bobblehead giveaway to the first 500 fans. We're just leaning right into it. And then the championship trophy from the league, the Kelly Cup, is going on tour, and it's stopping here in Coralville too. And we'll have some league representatives, and you can see the championship trophy. We'll have some other things and some fun games and sort of like St. Hatrick's Day and Heartlander themed stuff. And I guess if you say St. Patrick's Day, if you say Heartlanders and you're in Dublin with an Irish accent, it actually might be Heartlanders. So maybe it was intentionally done.
The one time we dabbled into bumper stickers here.
Yeah.
And I'm not a bumper sticker guy. It wrecks the cars. But anyway. Well, it makes the paint fade and crap. I ordered like thousands and thousands, and they all came, and they came like the day before our promotion was to start, and they all had us at 1460. Oh.
Did you take a little permanent marker and kind of make the 4 more
all right, everybody
circular?
get busy.
Yeah.
It happens.
We got 500 T-shirts for our morning show, and they misspelled Michaels. They turned the A and the E around, so it looked like McHale's.
Yeah.
They weren't happy.
A nice Soviet Union era T-shirt for McHale's.
Yeah. But I just want to touch briefly on the Big Brothers Big Sisters because we're partner with them. If you go to their website, there's a QR code you can scan or so forth, and it gives them $3 of the ticket sale to them, and they'll be helping with the Chuck and Puck and other stuff on Wednesday. But the other stuff that you got going, that St. Patrick's Saturday night should be a blast.
It's going to be a blast. The Wednesday thing, just to briefly touch on that as well, brings up a really good point. You mentioned helping with the Chuck a Puck. And what we've been doing this year when we partner with organizations is we want to try to help give back, which we've done in the past. But this year, like with the Chuck-a-Puck, we're doing it a little bit differently where the organizations are helping out with the Chuck-a-Puck, and the proceeds from Chuck-a-Puck go to Big Brothers Big Sisters too, which is really sort of a neat affair.
For those that haven't been to a game, would you describe what Chuck-a-Puck is?
Yeah, that's what I was going to do next because I realized I'm throwing out all this, which is that at the end of the second period, we put a big mat on the ice, and it looks like like a archery board kind of thing, archery circle, and you throw pucks and you try to get it right in the center, and the closest puck is the winner.
And they are the rubber pucks. They're not.
Not the
regulation rock.
No, we're talking about the rubber pucks here. Yeah. It's a tradition at games. It's fun.
It is.
I've seen it so many hundreds of times. I kind of tune out and forget that everyone else around me is having the most fun I've seen people have from just being able to throw something on the ice. Now, when we did the teddy bear toss in December, that's where I get into it. And and I don't tell anyone this, even though I'll say it over the radio. I like trying to aim for, the other team's bench, because you're just trying to get it on the ice. And you make the players feel especially bad on the other team that allowed the goal on teddy bear toss when you throw a teddy bear and this little fluffy bear lands right a foot away from the guy who was on the ice, who is at fault. So, that's Chuck-a-Puck's an amazing promotion. And again, with 12 of our final 15 games at home and the promotional schedule online and all of that, I mean, we're home for the final month of the season to try to make a playoff push.
That's great. Because now's, just a great time of year. People are starting to gear up for outdoor season, but not quite yet for many people. So it's neat that, you guys are going to be steady here because, it makes it a lot easier for folks to get into the season. And like you said, you're still on the cusp of getting into playoffs. You get into a winning streak here the last couple weeks of the season, you're back in.
Exactly. And that, yes, we are a little bit out of the playoffs right now. Tough division. Fans that have come to games know it's a tough division. We're playing teams that have been around, like Wheeling this year is the oldest surviving hockey team in the ECHL, staying in Wheeling, West Virginia. They're our big rivals. We have a lot of physical interactions with them on the ice, with sometimes fists. But Wheeling's a really good team this year.
We have sometimes fists in here too.
So yeah, it just kind of goes along with it. Anyone that went to a Heartlanders Nailers game last year probably remembers that there was stuff off the ice, there was stuff on the ice. It was just absolutely fun and crazy, and the fans got really into it as well. And that all started about a year ago when the rivalry really started to develop against the Whining Nailers. The Wheeling Nailers. So it all starts this week. Next week, we're home against Wichita. We have a ton of great promotions next week as well. We have our Heartland Heroes Night, our 100th home game in team history, Faith and Family Day, and we have our high school challenge. Then the week after, we were kind of talking about it off the air, Jim. We have our city challenge on April 6th. So what we're doing is we want people to rep their city. You can go to our website and find out more. But basically, we've got Iowa City, North Liberty, Tiffin, and Solon involved. And the city that sells their highest percentage of their population in tickets to the game will win $1,000 for their city's parks and recreation program. So a way to help give back to your city while also seeing a Heartlanders game on April 6th.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the Wheeling Nailers, I believe, as you said, one of the oldest teams in the EHCL. I believe the Wheeling Nail Company is still thriving.
Well, that's why, and that's exactly why they're called.
Yes,
why they're called the Wheeling Nailers, and their logo is. I always call it the Nail Man. It just looks like the guy making nails with double spiked nails across. And you're right, that's one of the more creative nicknames. People hear it and they kind of laugh the first time, but it's called the Wheeling Nailers because that's where all the nails were made in the United States. In the United States in the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, and you go back to some of those old minor league baseball teams and club teams, and they have the greatest names. There's a couple of franchises that still sell like baseball jerseys and stuff for those old teams that you can buy, and they're great. The Toledo Mud Hens is a prime example, and the Indianapolis Clowns and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some of the funny ones because all the new ones get all the publicity because there's like the Rocket City Trash Pandas. And I could go a thousand on and on. The Amarillo sod poodles. I mean, it's cool. Like I get it. I like a little bit more of the older school ones, like when they've had those nicknames for a few decades.
Well, you got the Green Bay Packers and
right.
they, packing plants up there, and my favorite though of the new teams is the Kraken.
Seattle Kraken.
That's great.
Yeah, great nickname. Let's get crack-a-lackin' with the Seattle Kraken, as they say before the games start there. So,
tickets are still available for the games for the rest of the season?
Yeah, tickets are still available at iowaheartlanders.com, and you can find our number online, because I hate when people give you a 9-digit number over the radio, because it doesn't. It's harder to do. So, but anyway, iowaheartlanders.com is the best place to start for that. And again, we're home Wednesday, Friday this week, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week, and it's going to be fun. And we talked about the promotions a little earlier.
And if you've not been to Extreme Arena, this is an opportunity to go and really check out this great facility. I mean,
it's amazing.
It's really cool, and I'm sure you like being out on the road, but it's got to be neat coming home to that. Really, I mean, how long? It's only like 3 or 4 years old, and you've played in some barns, I'm sure, over the course of the season. That's state of the art there at Coralville.
It's really neat. We're very lucky here. We have a ton of great athletic facilities in Iowa City and Cedar Rapids, and Extreme Arena, compared to the rest of our league, I hear it all the time, is definitely a top 3 or 4 arena in the entire league. Mm-hmm. And the teams that come here love visiting here, because they're right in the Iowa River Landing, and they, just like we all had that reaction the first time you saw Extreme Arena finished, and you come around the corner off the highway, and you just go, wow. And I'll never forget the first time I saw it, which was when I moved here 3.5 years ago to work for the team.
Yeah.
I went, wow. As soon as I came around the corner, I could not believe that was the home that I was going to have a chance to work in. And now, having lived here for, just under 4 years, it's incredible.
Yeah, and the visiting teams, they really don't have to go anywhere, because everything's there. I mean, there's food and entertainment and other stuff.
We need your guys' ideas, too. It's just too darn easy when teams come to the IRL. So what can we do to make – I'm not talking – like, the fan support's obviously great. They walk into 30 Hop, and maybe the waitress kind of shoves them a little bit. Like we're talking about that. I'm not encouraging someone to pull a fire alarm, but to get the Wheeling Nailers uncovered, we need some. We're so nice here. We need to make the Wheeling Nailers feel a little bit uncomfortable this week. So I might charge you guys with. I'm not challenging you to try to go up and fight a hockey player, but maybe a little bit of rudeness, a little bit of shortness this week for the Wheeling Nailers coming to town. Make them feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm charging you two guys with those ideas the rest of the way.
Well, we'll have to figure out something. All right. Well, David, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Looking forward to a good couple weeks of hockey at the Extreme Arena.
Yeah, we are too. Thanks, guys.
Mighty 16